Most reliable cars die because we buy the wrong year, then ignore small warnings. Today, we count down 10 Japanese cars that stay reliable through harder miles, forever, almost. We split the best years from the wrong ones, so you avoid trapped buys and costly regret. For each one, we call out the right drivetrain, the real money you should pay, and the fast checks that keep repairs from turning expensive. Number 10. Mazda 3 Sky Active Value. It sells cheaper because it looks plain, but the road feel is special. We buy 2014 to 2018 for simple design, quieter cruising, and fewer annoying gremlins. Be careful with 2010 to 2013. Rust and rough neglect can turn it noisier. Engine is a naturally aspirated inline-4, 2.0 or 2.5, with a 6-speed manual or 6-speed automatic. That pairing stays reliable because it avoids turbo heat and shifts feel smooth when fluid history is clean. New price for a 2026 Mazda 3 starts around $25,550, a budget shock before fees. Used value is cheaper sanity. A 2017 often lands around $10,000 to $13,000, depending on miles. What separates it from the crowd is control. You turn in, it stays stable, and you feel calmer behind the wheel every time. We had a buyer come in tense. Then he drove it, smiled, and said it rides premium while costing cheaper money. First, check tires and feel for smooth tracking, because bad rubber hides a good chassis. Second, cold start it. You want a stable idle, no shaking, and no burning smell. That is a warning sign. Third, hit rough pavement. Clunks mean worn links, not fatal, but it is strong negotiation leverage. As fun as this is, number 9 is slower, yet it saves money with forever durability. If our garage truth keeps you smarter, subscribe. We spot costly traps before you buy. Join our reliable crew. Get quick checks. Skip dealer pressure. Number 9. Toyota Corolla Forever Runner. This is the car that makes dealers frustrated because it stays reliable and keeps starting year after year. We recommend it to guys who want reliable, cheaper transport, not drama, and not weekly shop visits today. Best years to target: 2010 through 2013, because the feel stays simple and durable. The engine is a naturally aspirated 1.8 inline-4, and many of those years pair it with a conventional automatic that feels stable and proven. From 2014 through 2019, most trims use a CVT, still reliable, but it needs cleaner fluid habits to stay smooth. Why do some years do better than others? That is the truth in details. Small updates, like suspension tuning and transmission programming, change how quieter and comfortable the car feels. New price on a 2026 Corolla starts at $22,925, which is a safer baseline new buy. Used value is the budget win. A clean 2016 often sits around $10,800 to $12,000 in typical condition. Our angle is simple. This car stays boring, and that is why it survives real life without costly surprises. First, take a long test drive, feel for stable pull. CVT shutter or delay is a warning sign. Second, ask for fluid records, because missing records turns cheap into expensive later. Third, check steering straightness and braking, because curb hits cause costly damage you will pay for. Fourth, look at tires. Mismatched sets and odd wear mean alignment damage and extra spending. If you want more personality, number 8 brings funner driving, but only when we buy smarter and choose the right engine. Number 8. Honda Civic, reliable legend. The Civic stays cheaper because it is common, yet it is reliable. That is the secret. It lasts because it is lighter, the layout is simple, and the parts support is massive. For forever ownership, we target 2012 to 2015 because the car stays safer and avoids headaches. 2012 was cleanup, and by 2014, most complaints were fixed. That is safer, smarter shopping. Engine is a proven, naturally aspirated 1.8 inline-4, and you can get a manual or a CVT depending on trim. Newer Civics can still run longer, but more sensors and turbo heat can raise annoying repair odds. New price for a 2026 Civic sedan starts at $24,695, a budget point. Used value is cheaper. A clean 2015 often starts around $9,000 and climbs with miles and condition. Our angle is, we see these return with 200,000 miles, and the owner says it still feels tight. which is satisfying. We have seen cheap Civics that were wrecked, so we stay smarter and treat every bargain as a warning. First, read the body, check panel gaps and paint tone, because crash work leaves hidden damage. Second, idle it cold, then warm, watch for warning lights and rough shake, because neglect turns small issues into costly pain. Third, test the air conditioning hard. Weak cooling or loud blowers are annoying, and the fix bill can sting. Fourth, roll over speed bumps. Listen for clunks, because worn suspension makes the ride feel tired and loose. If you want a calmer commute, number 7 feels like luxury, yet it is built for reliable peace. Number 7, Lexus ES 350 Quieter Comfort. This is the calmer choice. The cabin goes silent, and your commute stops feeling painful. It outlives people because Lexus built it for smooth cruising, and the owners usually do the basic care. Best years to target, 2013 to 2018, because the V6 era is proven and predictable. 2015 and 2016 feel quieter inside, and the road manners are better on long drives. Engine is a reliable 3.5 V6 with a 6-speed automatic, and it stays smooth when maintained for years. 2019 and newer can be great, but extra tech can add annoying, costly fixes when age catches up. New price budget note: the ES350 started around $37,700, and the 2026 ES starts around $43,215 with electrified power. Used value is the cheaper win. A clean 2015 often sits around $14,800, up into the low $20,000s, depending on miles and history. Guys buy it after a rough year, because the ride feels plush and the steering is easy in city traffic too. First, do a cold start. You want a stable idle, no ticking, and no rough shake. That is a warning clue. Second, verify service records, because skipped maintenance turns comfort into costly regret. Third, test every window, seat motor, and climate mode, because small electronics get annoying. Warning fast. Fourth, look underneath for leaks and odd tire wear, because slow seepage becomes costly damage later. If this feels like peak comfort, number 6 flips it. A hybrid that can still go longer and surprise you. Number 6, Toyota Prius Hybrid Survivor. Prius looks smaller, but the system is proven, and the savings feel realistic. This makes gas prices feel smaller, because miles come steady and cheaper. We like 2016 through 2022, because it feels quieter, stays stable, and the hybrid parts age better. 2010 through 2015 can run longer, but EGR clogging and coolant neglect can trigger expensive head gasket pain. 2004 through 2009 is tough, yet battery age becomes a bigger warning, so the deal must be cheaper. Engine is a 1.8 hybrid 4-cylinder with an Atkinson cycle setup, paired to a hybrid ECVT drive unit. That layout stays reliable because it avoids shift shock, and it keeps the engine in gentle ranges. New price starts at $28,550 before fees, which feels painful for a car built to save money. Used value swings with battery health, but a clean 2016 often sits around $12,000 to $14,000. We had a courier who bought one with big miles, kept fluids fresh, and it stayed reliable, steady, quietly, always through traffic. Simple care, plus the right year avoids costly weak spots. First, scan for warning lights and stored codes, because hidden faults turn cheaper into expensive. Second, watch battery charge swings on hills, and listen for loud fans, because weak packs feel tired and costly. Third, check coolant level and service proof, because overheating is uncommon, but it becomes damage when ignored. Fourth, listen for odd brake booster sounds on stops, because that repair can be expensive. If you want a quieter sleeper with premium manners, number 5 is basically a Honda in a suit. Buyer playbook forever rule. Pick proven engines, skip complex tech, and pay for records, not promises. We read the owner first because calmer answers are safer than rushed pressure. We separate solid from abused by checking tires, brakes, and a road test that stays stable. Edge wear, pulling, or vibration points to alignment damage, and that gets costly. Clunks over bumps means suspension wear, not panic, but it is strong leverage. Price day 1, service, fluids, filters, brakes, and tires. Then write the math down. Scanner catches hidden costly faults fast. Offer based on realistic costs, and stay calmer when the seller gets louder. If inspection is blocked, we walk away. because smarter buyers do not chase panicked deals. Subscribe if you want reliable guidance without pressure. We share proven years, realistic prices, and simple checks, so you buy once, drive longer, and relax. Number 5. Acura TSX Honest Sport. It feels premium, but it is a Honda underneath, and that keeps repairs predictable. We like 2011 through 2014 because the platform feels sorted, wiring is calmer, and the ride stays smooth. 2009 can be fine, but we see more leaks and tired bushings, so we price it cheaper. Engine is a 2.4 inline-4 with iVTEC, paired with a 5-speed automatic or a 6-speed manual. For forever ownership, we prefer the 2.4 because it avoids extra heat and it stays reliable with simple oil changes. It is retired, so you cannot buy it new today, but when it was new, it started around $31,405. Used price is the hook. A clean 2013 often sits around $9,000 to $11,000. And history matters more than miles. This is what we tell guys to buy when they want plush seats, sharper steering, and they refuse German bills. We had a customer cross-shop a 3 Series. Then he drove the TSX, felt the smooth clutch, and said the cabin feels quieter. It is not fast, but it feels tight, and that gives confident commuting without costly surprises. First, check for oil seepage around the engine, because leaks start small, then become damage. Second, listen up front on rough roads, because suspension noise means tired links, and you can negotiate harder. Third, test every button, screen, and audio function, because electrical annoyances feel small until they get expensive. Fourth, watch tire wear and steering pull, because alignment damage can hide behind fresh rubber. If you want a smaller tool that hauls more than it should, number 4 is a miniature legend that survives abuse. Number 4, Honda Fit Pocket Hauler. People laugh at the size, then the space feels shocking and useful. It outlives people because it is lighter, simple, and the packaging is genius, so owners keep it forever. We target 2009 through 2013 because it feels solid, shifts smooth, and stays cheaper to own. 2015 through 2020 can be reliable, but the belt CVT is sensitive if fluid service is skipped. Honda dropped the Fit after the 2020 model year in the United States, so clean examples sell faster and cost pricier. Engine is a 1.54 cylinder with a 5-speed manual or 5-speed automatic in the years we like. It was cheaper new, starting around $17,015, and resale stays strong because owners keep them. Used price for a clean 2013 is often $7,800 to $9,000, and low miles push it higher. This hatch hauls like a utility box, yet it sips fuel and stays reliable. We watched a painter load ladders, buckets, and tools, then drive home quieter and calmer than some bigger sedans. It is not plush, but seating is upright, visibility is better, and parking feels easier and safer. First, check for water leaks and musty smell, because hidden moisture turns comfort into misery fast. Second, test the rear seats and latches, because broken hardware is annoying and signals rough use. Third, listen for wheel-bearing hum on the highway, because that sound grows louder and turns costly. Fourth, confirm routine maintenance, because a simple car still needs fluids and filters to stay reliable. If you want a calm family sedan that wins mileage wars, number 3 is where the market gets really unfair. Number 3, Toyota Camry Commute Relief. Camry lasts because daily life is boring and the car is built for routine. We pick years that stay simple because orderly ownership keeps wallets calmer. Target 2012 through 2017 for the proven setup and safest feel. Engine is a 2.5 inline-4 with a 6-speed automatic, and it stays reliable and smooth. Want more shove without drama? Choose the stronger 6-cylinder, still paired to a 6-speed automatic. Those engines avoid turbos, keep heat lower, and that helps long-term durability. From 2018 onward, you can get more complex features and more technical screens. More tech is not instant failure, but it can raise annoying repair odds later. New Camry. Starting money is around $29,100, before fees, which feels costly. Used Camry value sits in the $10,000 to $15,000 range for reliable examples, depending on miles and records. This car makes a rough commute feel smaller and calmer. We see buyers come in tense, then they drive it and their shoulders drop, relieved. The steering is lighter, the ride is stable, and the cabin stays quieter on bad pavement. That is why Camry wins. It turns daily miles into predictable, reliable transport. Avoid rentals with thin histories because mystery miles become riskier and costly. Watch for bargain listings with mismatched tires, because that often signals warning and harder curb hits. If the seller talks hurriedly and refuses inspection, that pressure is a warning sign, not a deal. If the idle is rough, that is a warning and usually costly. Checklist. Start with shifts, light throttle, then harder. It should stay stable and smooth. Next, scan for leaks because seepage becomes damage and repairs get costly. Then listen for front-end clunks on turns because worn parts get noisier and raise warning flags. Last, ask for records because missing service history turns cheaper into costly. If you want this calm math with more cargo, number 2 is a family crossover that keeps going when others start begging for parts and expensive fixes. Number 2. Honda CR-V, family reliable. CR-V is the quiet hero. It feels practical, and it stays reliable when life gets messy. We like it because it fits families, and the ownership stays predictable and calmer. The forever years are the simple ones, where the drivetrain is proven and service is straight. Target 2012 through 2014 with a durable, reliable 2.4 inline-4 and a 5-speed automatic. Those years avoid extra complexity, and they handle miles with reliable, calmer confidence. Later years can still work, but changes mean records matter more, and service must be cleaner. New CR-V starting price is around $30,920 before options, which is serious money. Used value for a clean 2014 often lands around $11,000 to $16,000, and cleaner ones sell faster. All-wheel can be helpful on winter roads, but pay for it only if you need it. Our angle, families keep this for a decade because it works, stays simple, and feels relieving. We watched one owner dump a giant truck, then grin, because parking felt simple and calmer and safer. The seats sit upright, visibility is better, and the cabin feels less stressful on errands. That saves time, saves fuel, and saves patience when traffic turns uglier. Checklist. Look for fluid leaks and overdue services, because neglect becomes costly and spreads. Then drive rough roads, listen for suspension clunks, and confirm the ride stays stable and quieter. Test the air conditioning hard, because weak cooling turns summer drives miserable and longer. Finally, inspect tires for odd wear, because alignment damage is a warning sign. Before we hit number 1, subscribe to our buyer playbook. We compare cheaper runs, highlight risky years, and share quick checks that save. Number 1. Toyota Land Cruiser, Forever Bruiser. Land Cruiser is heavy, stubborn, and built for decades of tougher service. It is not cheap, it is not trendy, and that is why it stays durable and reliable. We focus on the 200 series because it is proven and legendary. Engine is the 5.7 V8, engine code 3 URFE, built for durable, long-term duty. 2008 through 2015 pairs that engine with a 6-speed automatic, and it feels stout and reliable. In 2016 and newer, it gained an 8-speed automatic, and highway runs feel smoother and quieter. So which era is better, older simplicity or newer proven refinement? Either can last forever, but only if service is proper and inspections stay serious. New Land Cruiser. Starting price is around $57,600 before fees, which is painful. Used pricing stays shocking because people know the durable reputation and pay anyway. A 2013 often sits in the high 20s to mid-30s, and that value stays stable. A 2016 often sits in the low 40s to mid-50s because demand stays strong. Condition beats mileage here because careful service survives longer than a neglected garage queen. You buy this once, then you stop shopping because ownership feels forever and calmer. We see owners keep them through kids, moves, storms, and job changes because the truck stays durable and ready. But the market has traps, and a rusty frame is a costly heartbreak that spreads quicker. If it lived near salt, insist on photos and a lift because corrosion hides deeper. If it towed hard, check cooling and fluids because loads get heavier and failures get expensive. First, inspect the frame and underbody, because rust spreads quicker than people admit. Second, demand records for fluids, coolant, and driveline service, because this truck punishes neglect harder. Third, look for leaks at diffs, transfer case, and engine seams, because seepage becomes damage. Fourth, test the four-wheel drive functions and watch the warning lights, because electrical faults get expensive. Fifth, road test at speed. It should track stable, and the steering should feel confident. Sixth, brake hard once, then again, because heavy trucks eat brakes when owners tow heavier. Now close the value gap. People pay flashy crossover money and get extra gadgets, not durable hardware. With Land Cruiser, you pay more money, but you buy years of reliable service, not hype. If you want a vehicle that outlasts trends, commutes, and excuses, this is the final forever relief answer. Wrap recap. We opened on Mazda 3 for quieter commuting and sharper feel. Then Corolla for reliable errands, Civic for tougher miles. Prius cuts fuel stress with steady savings, while Lexus ES adds plush calm for longer days. TSX brings sportier balance without costly bills, and fit hauls loads from a smaller box. Camry makes traffic feel smaller and stable. CR-V keeps families calmer with space, and Land Cruiser is the durable lifter. Our promise stays simple. Buy right years, demand records, do basic fluids, skip rushed deals. Which one would you trust for the next 10 years? And what's your honest budget for a clean example? Click the video on your screen because clean examples vanish faster. Subscribe for reliable picks, simple checks, and smarter years. We keep wallets calmer before dealers push pricier junk today.